know about. So I would like to just, if there are questions about anything at all that you're curious about, now's the time. Anybody with any kind of, good.
Who wrote Flores Ulu?
That was written by Jalal. And that's about the dollar bill.
Yeah.
Right. And it's an excellent piece because it breaks down all the symbols on the dollar bill and lets you know that everything that they are using to give credit and credence to their money are stolen items. But then there's a book that we should all have in our library called Stolen Legacies by George M. James. And the subtitle of that book is The Greeks Are Not the Fathers of Greek Philosophy. Everything that they called their philosophy was stolen out of the libraries by Alexander and his crew, given to Aristotle. That's how that happened. So there's a lot of stuff. We are the parents of the world, and we don't realize that. We are acting like, you know, I just got finished writing a parable for a group called Negros Americanos. These are young men who took themselves from Plainfield, New Jersey, and moved to Panama. Why they chose Panama, I don't know. All I know is that they left high school and went to Panama. These boys come to my house every Sunday, good-looking guys, young boys in their 20s, speak Spanish like they were born in Panama. They rap in Spanish and English. They got some great stuff. Anyway, they're doing their first CD and they asked me to be on it. And I told them a parable about the chicken and the eagle. And I said, well, what do you want me to write? What do you want me to do? What's the theme? They said, well, that parable you told us, we'd love to have that. And I'll just rephrase it for you a little bit. The story is that there's like this bird that's kind of big in the chicken yard. And he's really not a chicken. He's an eagle. But he thinks he's a chicken. He's eating chicken feed. He's pecking on the sand. He ain't trying to fly. He's walking around acting like the birds. His beak is much bigger. His feathers are bright brown. He ain't look like no chicken, but he's treating himself like a chicken. And then one day, an eagle flies up on the roof of the barn and says, hey, brother, what you doing down there with them chickens? He said, huh? Why are you down there with them chickens? He says, this is my house, this is where I live. He says, you don't belong there. Have you ever noticed that you look different than the rest of them? He says, why don't you fly on up here? I can't fly up there. I can't fly. Have you ever tried to fly? Stretch your damn wings. Your wings are much bigger than those chickens' wings. So he stretched his wings, and at first he couldn't do it. He says, you got to really get it in your mind that you can just stretch your wings. Just notice how wide your wings are. And he stretched his wings wider. He says, now flap them. He started flapping. All of a sudden, he started rising. And he flew up onto the roof. And then he realized that all those years, he had been living like a chicken when he was an eagle. And he could have just flapped his wings and flew away. That's our story. We have so many folks who think they're chickens. And they are eagles. And we can all fly away. And flying away is a metaphor for leaving this nightmare behind. That's all.